licensing directors of major companies like Lilly and DuPont and Ciba-Geigy, medium companies, and even smaller companies trying to obtain their interest. And the similarity of response was really surprising, from larger companies to medium companies to small companies. The reason of lack of interest, not only in ibogaine, but in medications to treat addiction, were all the same. The first issue was the fatality rate in the population of drug users. Drug users are dying at a rate of 3 to 7 times the normal population, which means that the liability to the company associated with those fatalities is that much greater. So immediately there is a deficit of liability to the development of drugs to treat that disorder. Also, I was reminded that the companies have to spend their money in the best way to demonstrate profits to their shareholders, not in the best way to treat various diseases. Additionally, the companies did not wish to get involved with the treatment of drug addiction because of the stigma associated with the field. And you would think that, well, if a company developed a cure for addiction, that would be very good for them. But the stigma attached to addiction is so great that even to provide effective medications in that field is viewed as problematical by the companies.
It certainly should be, and angry, disappointed more than anything, but not surprised, frankly. I think there's enough wheels within wheels and machinations that I can kind of understand why it's not in their best interest to come up with it. But God willing, a good capitalist at one of those drug companies will say, oh, this could be a gold mine, and they'll go and do it, and then it will be available legally through however it be dispensed. But that didn't stop me from leaving the country. That's how desperate I was. And unfortunately, there aren't a lot of people that have the resources I did at the time, which are modest. But, think of all the people on the street that could benefit from this, and they don't have the wherewithal to do it, and all the other things that go with recovery.
Nino kwa mwaka wane abakitu na matasani nembe mapo nanga wane boke menene mabe umete makoto wami nanga boto wami te bwadi mani ba makobe ya kame ebindo bakina mi mani yote.
Is that right?
Yep. All right. Great.
What an experience. Hi. Hi, babe. Hi. Hi, baby.
Hi.
Hi.
I got a car with...
Yeah, we were in the car. How are you? You look like a little geisha girl. Can I have a kiss? Look at your sloppy face. Love you. Yay, I'm home. This is home. This is my little girl, Lexi. My dog. It's my boy, Monty.
No, look.
I know. It's just soft. That's it.
There's a lot more to the story than people are learning in treatment centers and at 12-step meetings. And there's nothing wrong with either of those institutions, but their message is that drug addicts have a disease, they're going to have it the rest of their life. And there's only one approach to healing that disease, which is to go to meetings and do the 12 steps. And I certainly think those things are helpful, but they never get you past the place where you're identified as being a person with a sickness that's sort of always has to be a consideration in your life. And I feel like Ibogaine has introduced me to this whole parallel universe of realizing that my mind is not all there is. And while my drug problem was very real, it doesn't have to ever happen again. And that's because I can choose for it to not happen again.
Global awareness and availability has significantly expanded and increased. I think that is absolutely wonderful, and I think that will continue. At the same time, I have great doubts that it's ever going to be an accepted treatment modality for drug dependence. I see a few very small, sort of aborted efforts that haven't gone anywhere. Unfortunately, I think Ibogaine will simply continue to exist, expand, and grow, and the awareness of it grows. So people who are in a position that they need it at least know that it's out there. And if you know that it's out there, then you have the opportunity to make choices and get it, however it is that you do so. Unfortunately, I do not think you're going to be in a position in Western society anywhere that you're going to go to your doctor and, okay, I'm strung out, and he's going to say, oh, okay, well, you can get Ibogaine treatment. I would want that. That would be the right thing to do. Unequivocally, I can say that would be the right thing to do. But I don't see it happening. I really don't.
I don't believe that Ibogaine will be the drug that's used in the future. I think it will be used. But I, like a lot of other people, are waiting to see what the second generation drugs will turn out to be. When you're an addict and suddenly are not an addict, that's a very valuable experience. And I observed how poorly treated addicts are in our society. And I wanted to do something with my life, and the most important thing that I could perceive of doing was producing Ibogaine as an available medically approved drug. And that's what drove me.